Good morning, Bill.
Good morning, Bill.
Look at that shirt. I love it.
Are you familiar with the Roosevelts?
I am familiar with the Roosevelts. That's a
Yeah.
great. Their shirts are always a little too loud for me, right? Like it's just a smidge. If they dialed it back like 0.05%, I would be all about it. But like the Saved by the Bell shirts are awesome, but they're just like a little too much.
I know. I almost got an Ultimate Warrior one. I
Yeah.
was that close, but I was with you. It was 5% too much. So all
Yeah.
that I have are the most muted ones that on their roster. But do you know what? I think in a few months your meter's going to shrink even more because when you get 40, the number of S you give, it's like it's a hard line at 40. You're like, whoop, there goes 5 more.
That's true. That's true. I signed up for Stitch Fix because I decided that maybe I shouldn't be the sole person judging my style choices because we're not the best self judgers.
Mm-hmm.
So I've done two things for them. You pay them $20. They send you a basket of clothes. It's like a clothing deal,
Okay.
and she killed it this year. They're like. When I show you this shirt, it is
Yeah.
flowery, it is Floridian, but it's also stylish as well.
Yeah.
Good morning, Michelle. You don't have anything to say about my shirt? Just kidding. And then this other one has got like these little bitty chili peppers, right? So like she kind of killed it for the deal. And I returned probably more than half, but it's a good service for $20 a month for sure.
What to do, right?
Yeah.
That's the point of it. Cool. Well, how was your day yesterday?
I got 60 asks done yesterday.
That's a mountain. That's not even a small mountain. Right?
I got 60 asks done yesterday. Good morning, Gabriel. Yeah, so it took me about 2 hours to get the 60 asks done. And it's blatantly copied and paste, but I recorded a quick little Loom video explaining what I'm doing. Yep. And I'm just sending it out, and the message says, "To be frank, this is copied and pasted, but it's with good reasons. Please give me a second. If I don't request 150 people to join my group, I got to pay Nazis."
Yep.
And so then there's a link to the group and a link to the video.
Right.
And people. Let's check how many people are in the Facebook group now because I haven't checked since yesterday.
How many responses did you get?
Some responses, some people, one guy was like, "You got to pay Nazis?" And I was like, man, I don't want to pay Nazis, but if I don't do the things that I say that I'm going to, then yeah, I'm going to pay some Nazis.
Yeah.
And he's like, man, you're sure weird. And I was like, yeah, well.
You nailed it.
Yeah.
Bye, buddy.
Ping! Nail on head. Let's see. So I think I had 30-something people in here yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And today there are 50 members. Okay, no, I got 32 new members yesterday.
32?
Well, it says you have 32 new members this week.
Okay.
So that's probably taking in some where I opened the group up last week.
Possibly. Yeah. That's good. Either way. That's awesome.
Yeah. So if I get to 150 before the 150 asks because of some other promotion stuff, then I'm also off the hook. But the bare minimum is the KPI. The thing that I can control is how many asks I make. So 150 will be the maximum number of asks this week. So
gotcha.
I'm going to try to do another 60 today. So that way I just have to do 30 on Wednesday, and that'll be done. I have firmed up what I'm calling fractional sales manager groups. Okay. You can pay $100 per month, right? And this just gets you access to office hours with me for 2 hours per week, right? You can come ask me any question you want about sales, tech, CRMs, hiring, assessments, whatever else you want to do. Okay. And once per week for an hour, anybody who's on that level can come and role play in small groups, right? I will facilitate that. Then there's going to be a higher level, right? Of course, because there's always 2 levels. And this is going to be $500 per month. And what you get with this, and this is capped at a certain level because I can't do this forever. is that you get 2 hours of private office hours, right? So since this is a small group, you get more access. You don't have to wait as long. You get a 1 hour session with me each week to talk about whatever you want: journaling, improvement, sales, scaling your sales, entrepreneurship, whatever you want.
Right.
And then you get access to a formed, fitted role-play mastermind group, right? So that way you get to role-play your sales stuff. It is a fixed group, right? And these are going to be small groups of 3. So one person is a salesperson, one person's a prospect, and the other person's a coach. Okay. So the coach is just there to listen, right? Listen to the whole rep and then give feedback. I'm going to teach people how to become good listeners in this thing because it does take some practice. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be fixed groups, right? So you're making a commitment to show up, and everybody's going to know your stuff. You're going to know everybody else's stuff, and then everybody rises. And we'll do those groups each week. So that's my jam. So I'm going to be monetizing for I'll probably put 12 in the 500 group, like cap. So 12 people there. So that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 hours of work.
Okay.
Pretty good trade-off, and really, really interesting way to monetize my jack of all tradesness. So what do you want to talk about? Let's go, right? So strategy. And then I thought it'd be really funny, like, if you just want to hear me role play and sell something, then just bring me something to sell and I'll do it. So we could talk about movies with you. Gabe, if you want to talk about movies, absolutely. Edward Norton is probably my favorite actor, right? He's up there. Birdman, great movie.
Yeah. You know, I finished was Waco. I mentioned that to you.
Oh, yeah. That's on my list.
Amazing.
Yeah?
Oh.
Where are you right now?
So I'm at a coffee house called Farmhouse in Argyle. It's an actual old farmhouse. So I've got my own little room here with my homeboy Chris over here across the way.
What's up, Chris?
Hey, what's happening?
So we're hanging out. So
I have ridden my bicycle through Argyle a time or two. It is way out there.
It is. It is. We're in the Great North.
If you ride your bicycle out to Argyle, you got to ride it back. I didn't really realize that when I was doing that the first time.
When that happens, that's like hiking, right? That's the whole Jim Gaffigan bit.
Yeah, exactly.
When you get someplace, you actually have to come back too.
Yeah. My favorite version of that bit is like, you're always halfway. You can just turn around.
You're always halfway.
So yeah, man, I feel fired up because I got a lot of asks done yesterday, and I got into some good conversations. I'm really fired up about these 2 groups of, like, I don't know what to call this thing, because like I want to be like sales manager on demand, but not really on demand, right? Like, yeah, like sales manager on demand asterisk. My demand's not yours, so something along those lines.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's a good way to kind of help lots of people, and not everybody wants to pay for one-on-one time. Cool. I still want to help those people, and I want it to be like an impulse item, right? If you can't afford $100 a month, then by all means don't pay me like at all. But I would also be concerned about what's going on in your business if you can't carve out like $100 to have access to talk about CRMs or role playing or strategy or something like this. So
yep, that's why you do it.
That's why we do it. We'll see what happens. So I need to go find 12 people who want the $500 level. Actually, I had a conversation with a guy yesterday, a role-playing call, and he's got this movie ticketing software for independent movie theaters that was pretty cool. He doesn't have any clients yet. So he's like, I have a product. I don't have a business. And I was like, I like your distinction. Good job. So we had a really good conversation.
Well, here's the pitch to join that group right now. You'd be the first, so you get all of John's $500 attention.
That's true.
You can.
That's true. So these 2 groups of office hours, I'm going to do one in the morning in the early week and one in the afternoon later in the week, and then swap them for the other group as well. So that way there's different times for whenever people wants. So like I'll do like a Tuesday morning and then like a Thursday afternoon, and then I'll swap them for the other group. So that way, there's always something going on. But yeah, right now, if someone pays the $500 when I have my office hours later on today, it's all you. So if you want in there, let's get in there. Do I take Bitcoin for payment? Gabe, that sounds like such a cool question that I wish that I could answer coolly, but no.
Yeah, what's the office quote? What's the rate of Stanley Nichols to Dwight Fruit Buck?
Dude, I love my favorite cold open on The Office is when they're trying to figure out if Stanley has a mustache or not because they've forgotten. So great.
Nope. No. What do you think? Yep.
How was your day yesterday? Sorry, I'm fired up. I've got the fires of Sales Mountain stoking in my belly right now.
I can feel it from over here. I'm warming my hands.
Exactly.
Yes, it was good. I got a lot done. I had some technology challenges, some Wi-Fi issues trying to upload things. So
okay.
I'm a little scared I might have to pay Nazis just because of a pure technology, just trying to get stuff uploaded in time.
Okay.
Most of the work's there. It's just, when you back yourself into a corner, it doesn't matter what all
go wrong.
They all become challenges, right?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Well,
you bring up a real good point, right? Because like last week I had to do 2 430 days and I did them both on Monday, Tuesday.
Uh-huh.
And this week I'm doing 150 asks and I did 60 yesterday.
Yep.
Excuse me. Really wanted to try to do 90 today, but I don't think that's going to happen. We'll see.
It's heavy.
Yeah. But things are going to go wrong, guys. Like just absolutely plan for it and don't procrastinate and do it as soon as it hits your plate. So if I had waited for Thursday and Friday to have my 2 430 days last week, I would have failed. Like I just absolutely would have failed because I would have been up against it. Something terrible would have happened. Who knows what? And it would have been this thing. Jake is experiencing this right now, right? He's got to get this thing launched essentially by midnight tonight. This thing has to be ready because his build bet is that this thing's going to be done by the 1st.
Mm-hmm.
So don't put it off. Things get in the way. Do it as soon as you possibly can. So that way it's done and over. Like if I was done with my 90 asks today and I didn't have to worry about it for the rest of the week, you know how good that's going to feel?
Right.
Epic. I
know. It is what it is. That's the lesson, right? That's why we do this.
Exactly.
So we can unveil the places where we still need some roofing, some sanding down, and rough edges and stuff.
So to be a good Bill, Jake, how can I help you today get this thing launched? Is there anything I can do to help you?
No, I cleared the deck. So I mean, I've got all the time to do it. It's just going to be a matter of what cooperates, because I've got it all laid out and ready to make it happen. So just to check in is the motivation I wanted. That way, in case I had something else on my mind today that I thought potentially could get in the way, you would be able to talk me out of it. But there's not. So
cool. So
good.
How much time do you need to get what you need to get done today done so that we don't have to pay?
Oh gosh. Probably 6 hours, I'm guessing, with upload time. It just, the uploads take a while because I'm re-uploading about half the video that I reshot. Right?
Oh my gosh.
That's the issue. That's how I screwed myself. Is I literally had to go reshoot areas of the course. If I had fast Wi-Fi, 2 hours, and I have fast Wi-Fi. It's just you can't always rely on. Like my network's good, but the neighborhood's been slow. That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, potentially, if I could find a place with really high-speed internet, there I could just. But at this point, that's a pretty big challenge.
Can't you just like day pass it at, one of these kind of co-space hubs?
Maybe, but I don't have a great way of grading how good their Wi-Fi is to know which one to go to. So somebody come up with that idea. There needs to be a Wi-Fi grader for coffee houses and workspaces, because sometimes that's how the choice is made.
I was going to build that site, honestly, for a little while, because I really wanted to kind of showcase, and maybe somebody should still be doing this. Yeah. I wanted to show off co-spaces and coffee shops that were really into like, hey, like here's some space, like come sit, because like some places are built for that and some places aren't, right? And so I don't want to be the guy sitting in a coffee shop that isn't really built for that, and they're just like, oh, this guy again. Yeah. But like some places like thrive on that because they know that I'm going to buy 5 or 6 coffees, and stuff like that. So. For a long time, I wanted to build this kind of like network, right? If I'm going to a city, like let's say that I'm going to go to Santa Fe, right? And so I could pull up this listing and figure out like, hey, here's the top tier coffee shop for like getting work done based upon, noise levels, pricing, and like Wi-Fi speed.
Yep. I should actually pitch that to my buddy Jordan Carroll because he's a guy that teaches remote working. That's what he does.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And he's all over the world. So I bet he would do something with that.
Yeah, I wanted to build this for a long time, and then was kind of thinking of like then I could have like advocates in different cities that I've not been to, and they could submit, okay, cool, like here's the places to go, and then you could also offer advertising to various coffee shops to list their things.
That'd be great.
So
they have something like that in South Korea. I actually heard about it 4 or 5 years ago because their Wi-Fi and internet speeds are so insane there. They had found a way to do measurement and stuff, but they have a lot more, ties into that than we do here. So cool. So what's today looking like for you?
Today's kind of busy, man. Honestly, I've got. Let's see. I have a client call at 9:30. I have a role play call. I have Ben, who was on this show a couple of weeks ago, wanted to do a digital coffee, so we're having a session.
Cool.
And then I've got a meeting with a group who might be hiring me as like a fractional sales manager.
Ooh.
For their team to take over like leading and managing and coaching their team. So we're going to have that conversation today, which would be kind of cool. And I'm going to get 60 asks today.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am.
Lay them out.
Get them done. Get it done.
Awesome. Can any guess what I'm doing today? I'll give you 2 guesses.
Lots of setting and uploading.
Yes.
And rocking that shirt incredibly hard.
Nailed it. Yeah, and I have one phone call this afternoon at 4:30. I have another call then. But otherwise, from between here and there, it's clear skies and heavy. Like my Wi-Fi router might catch fire today.
It just starts smoking.
And sit beside it. Yep.
Oh man! So like you're just gonna swing by Best Buy on the way back to the house just to pick one up just in case, right?
I'm gonna run 3 routers at once.
That's what the Stoic would do. The Stoic would have an extra router in the back of the car. Oh, I was perusing some different like things that I go to when I'm looking to like guests and speak on podcasts, and I found a guy who's written like 3 or 4 different Stoic books, and he speaks and stuff. So I just reached out to him and said, hey, like, I don't really know. Just like that. The email text was really telling. And so I said, hey, I've got this show with a buddy of mine, and I think that you would be cool. Would you like to come on? And he was like, yeah, I'm totally down to come on. Because I told him about how I was kind of journaling through like meditations and stuff and talking about like my Stoic exposure to it. And he was like, man, I'd be totally down to come on and chat, stuff like that. So we might get him here on a Friday. But
nice. Love it. We need to start hitting that more because we definitely have lots of available guests. Let's So I think we should hammer ourselves to say like every other Friday. Or maybe I don't know. We can figure that out. But yeah, we need to standardize it a little bit. Yeah, let's get a cadence for sure.
Or we could just do every Friday and just like lock it down to like 15 minutes or something like that. Anyway,
we'll talk about it.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, Jake Jordan and I are going to be hanging out together, planning in a room, doing some 12-week planning, getting our stuff together, and Melissa, my head of content, is going to be hopping into Jake's accountability group. Because I told her she had to. She is not super excited about it. She doesn't know what to expect, and so she's a little bit nervous. I said, you're going to be fine.
That was not a very good sales pitch.
Huh?
I guess you didn't give a very good sales pitch.
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, when it comes to her, I'm the worst person to try to sell Melissa on anything.
Yeah, we all know that. The person in your house is the last person you want to try and sell to.
Absolutely. But yeah, so we're going to be doing a 2-hour block, I think, tomorrow of planning, and we're going to doing some planning for this and our businesses, and it's going to be Oh, it's gonna be epic.
It will.
Beards will lengthen in the time tomorrow.
That is going to happen.
Mine is in desperate need.
I'm still impressed that you stuck with it, because for years you've been like, I can't do the beard. It's just not my thing.
Dude, I've got a blog post coming about this. This has been one of the most transformational things I've ever gone through, right?
Yep.
And
until you've done it, you just don't know.
And I don't want to be that guy, right? But like, I'd never gone for longer than 2 weeks without shaving before, right? And I really only needed to shave once a week, right? So always can't grow one. And then, this whole thing happens with COVID, and I'm home and I'm like, screw it. Like, what's the worst thing that's going to happen? And when this thing grew in, I was like, oh, maybe there's other stuff I'm telling myself about myself.
Wow.
That maybe isn't healthy, right? And that's what has been the catalyst for all the journaling and the stuff I've been working on recently. The mindfulness book set came from some of this as well for my giveaway that's still running. So it's just, this was kind of a big deal for me, right? And not because it like looks great or whatever, but just because, you tell yourself things that aren't always true. So don't, right?
Every day. Yep, for sure.
So.
Well, I think we got to end on that, because beards are magical, and you just so that makes me feel good about my day now.
Hey, just bask in the glory of hope over here.
If it was a ship, that would be the name on the side.
Yeah.
Bask in the hope.
Bask in the hope. Bask in it, because that's about all it's good for.
All right.
All right, Bill.
All right, Bill. Well,
tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow.
Man, get it done today, right? Hey, I'm gonna text you at 4:30 to check in and see like how you're doing.
Okay.
With the uploads.
Do 4:15, because I've got the 4:30 call.
4:15. Okay. Yep. It's going on my calendar right now. All right, man.
Awesome.
All right, Bill. Good luck today.
All right, you too.
All right, man. See you in the morning.
All right, see you.